Hi there, welcome to Ask Dr. Dallas, and we are putting together, how many people can have pizza without mushrooms? You gotta have pizza with mushrooms, but you don't want these hard, chunky mushrooms. And this is another thing, though we're doing the toppings for our pizza, pay attention or keep in mind portobello mushroom. Because if you want to do the portobello mushroom sandwich, basically you're just using the portobello mushroom instead of this, but you've got to put some topping on it to marinate it. So what we're going to start with is our loose tamari. Basically you're going to add equal amounts. And again, don't worry, because in the description below you have the exact ingredients. But here we're looking at less than half a cup. So we have less than a half a cup of olive oil, so we take that up to about a cup. I'm going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. About a tablespoon of garlic powder, and that's going to be our marinade for our mushrooms. A little similar to the marinade that we used for the eggplant, which is going to make it taste like it has bacon on it. So we don't have to do much to that. We're going to pour it. You know, that whole marinating process is very interesting because you don't really need to sift it around as it begins to just sit, and we're going to allow this to sit overnight as well. And toss it if you want, just to make sure that everything is covered. But the longer it sits, then they will all kind of do a dance together, I guess. Mushrooms are a fungus. Some people advise against eating them, but if you take a look at the nutrient chart, they have healing properties to them. So, adding a few to your diet every now and then is not going to be harmful. And because they're wild, you don't really have to worry about them being organic. We're going to let them sit overnight. We have lemon juice in our marinade, so that's a preservative, so you don't have to refrigerate them. So we have, look at that. See how it sits there? You want to flip it up and down a couple of times, you can, but it's going to be fine. So we have our marinated mushrooms, have our marinated eggplant. If you didn't see the video on this, just click on to the video below and take a look at that. So we're getting there. We almost have toppings to the pizza. We have sliced olives, which we don't have to do anything to those, but just let them sit as they kind of mix together and dance with the marinated mushrooms and the marinated eggplant. You don't need to put any additional seasonings on the olives themselves. So we have that. Now what's missing? We have our pizza crust and the dehydrator, and that's going to take about 10 hours. So while that's sitting overnight for 10 hours, once we take this off of the dehydrator, we're going to put the mushrooms as well as the marinated eggplant onto the dehydrator to give both of them a crispy taste. And then we're going to make our tomato paste and our cheese sauce. Vegan, dairy-free, that is. So you want to check out how that's going to happen. It's going to happen with cashews and macadamia nuts. So join us for that. But for now, thanks for joining us on Ask Dr. Dallas.